AM 1220, KHTS. This is Randall Winter Construction. Home 411, the show that is for the homeowners to help them find out what's wrong with their house or how they can save money or how they can make it more efficient. It's all about your home. So I have two great guests back today. Jeff Softly from Softly Electric. Thank you, Jeff, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Jeff Brown from NV Landscape. How are you doing, Jeff?
Doing better and better. Nice to be back.
Yeah, we both just got back from long trips of driving. That's funny. I thought I would top them or tell them about my drive back from Tahoe, 2 o'clock this morning, and you got back. What time did you get back from Washington?
I got back around 6 p.m.
Oh, so you got some sleep last night at least.
A little bit of sleep.
Oh, good. All right. So, flip a coin. Where do we want to start?
Jeff is going to start.
Jeff, you're going to start?
I'm going to start, I guess, yeah.
We're going to start. Jeff Softly Electric. He's going to talk to us about grounding. Now, of course, I got to put my 2 cents in first since I'm the host, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So we were on a job, and I do want to get someone from the city here, one of the inspectors or building officials. But we were on a job, and I don't know what happened because I'm a licensed electrician. I just have you to do the electrical.
Right.
But the inspector said that we needed to have a bond wire from the water when we put in a new 200 amp service because we did a new kitchen and they needed all the new circuits that you need for the appliances and what have you. There wasn't enough in the 100 amp. So we put in a new service, and on the final he came back and said we needed to bond the water heater hot, cold, and gas line. Was that something? That goes all the way back to the meter too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's just a safety issue. You know, they don't want to have any potential at all for voltage. You know,
Leaking.
Leaking into a hazardous situation onto your plumbing or something like that. So,
yeah,
which I've seen. I've had a couple of times now. Customers have called me. One was line voltage direct. She would leaned up against her kitchen sink with her body and then touching the faucet. She was getting 120 volt shock.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 120 volts. And I had one gal that was getting in her shower. She was getting, it was more like 22 volts, but she was still getting, voltage through that. So
let me just say this. I mean, the people that are out there listening to our radio station, KHTS AM 1220, it's pretty nice of Carl to put us on here and do the Home 411. And the whole purpose really is, of course, we like you to know the names of the experts and we get a little more business, hopefully. But the reality is we want to do something good and let you know how you can avoid accidents and avoid spending money where you don't need to and, just enjoy a higher and better standard of living in your home, around your home. Absolutely. And that you really... I know there is a lot of value in getting a licensed electrician and getting a permit from the city or the county because when the electrician puts in a new panel and he connects it, and then you have the plumber, and you get the plumber, the 10-cent plumber guy, instead of, like we like Hayes, and there are other good plumbers out here, but you want to get a plumber that's going to get a permit because the inspectors are going to make sure that if they disconnect the ground or the bonding wire, that he's going to have to get an electrician to make sure that doesn't happen, right?
Absolutely, and that's the
So be careful out there. I mean, you can cut corners if you want. Your molding doesn't line up or your paint job's kind of runny. That you may just have to live with that and save some money there. But don't save money on plumbing and electrical, folks.
No,
please don't. Get a permit.
On the grounding, I mean, you're life-threatening situation with a house that's not grounded properly.
So what else do we look for? Well, I know the homeowners aren't going to look for it. It's probably more something you're going to do. But what other areas would you like to talk about that have to do with grounding and bonding?
Well, anything electrical in your house. Switches should be bonded.
That's that little green wire that's
a little
on
green
the switch.
wire. If you have a plastic, let's say a plastic box, you want to have a pigtail on that, and on that pigtail, that should be hitting the green ground screw on your switch. When I like using metal boxes. I'm just kind of
that way. So do
I just ground a ground screw to that metal box, and then I put a pigtail on that, and then the
connect
device
all the wires,
and then
all
the
the bond.
device itself will ground to that metal box, which assures a really good ground. And then of course you want to make sure that you have your ground rods driven, because that directs any voltage directly to earth for a zero potential. That's very critical on a grounding system. And you see that out there. You see the other day I saw one where it was just a water pipe that they had driven in the ground, copper water pipe,
Wow.
and
A
so
hollow
it wasn't
copper
a hollow copper water pipe.
Yeah.
So
No, the pipes that we drive in, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but those are like 1/2 inch or 5/8.
5/8.
5/8
by 8.
by 8 feet long, and they go way deep into the ground. And aren't they brass?
They're actually steel, but with a copper coating on them is what they are.
Okay, so they're pretty hefty. All right. Well, you may want to look for those things, and if you are experiencing any light little trickles or shocks on, especially something with plumbing,
Yeah.
anything near water, please call a professional. Don't mess around with that, because it could save your life. All right, we're going to take a break. This is Randall Winter with Randall Winter Construction here in Santa Clarita Hometown Station, AM 1220, KHTS.